Let's be real, basketball can be everyone's favorite sport. It's always like I never land that three-pointer. But heck, basketball can still be fun, especially when you have friends around, and it's even fun when you play the video games about basketball. For example, Wii Sport Resorts Basketball, Mario's Hoop 3-on-3 on the Nintendo DS, or any of the NBA series. What if I say there can be a basketball game with no rules, no bullcrap, and have those satisfying swish sounds? Well, you came in for the right time because, my friend, this popular cult classic has it all. NBA Jam. I'm sure that anyone has heard of Jam at least once in their gaming life. I mean, it was on every platform from 4th and 7th generation. Ironically, I have never actually knew there were so many NBA Jam titles actually exist today. And despite this, I'm going to review the Super Nintendo at this game, preferably better in my opinion, and giving it a comparison to the original 1993 Midway arcade NBA Jam and the Sega Genesis version in this video. Without hesitation, let's smoke them shots. NBA Jam, Jam for short, is well known for its 2-on-2 basketball play, and it can be played up to 4 players in individual teams. In a Mortal Kombat style, the team you choose must score as much as possible until the time ends after each quarter. It's great when you don't have to worry about being disqualified by shoving, pushing your way to victory. In almost every NBA game, the teams can be chosen such as Boston, LA Lakers, Detroit, Seattle, and vice versa. Doesn't anyone like Boston? I personally love it. It's possible to keep information such as initials and birthdays for tracking stats of other players. It is really awesome. What is a game without its iconic announcer, with interesting and hilarious lines like, "How many balls can a ball chuck if a ball chuck could chuck balls? I don't know." Or, "You bring the peanut butter, I'll bring the jam." There are so many additional quotes you can check out in the classic arcade, but some were weirdly absent in the ports of SNES and Genesis. As everything turned out to look pretty amazing, Jam's arcade and both ports have some of the most stunning graphics I've ever seen in a basketball game. Every pixel is perfect, and all the nostalgic sounds of woos, swishes, and kabooms. Jam also brings up a challenge to your basketball skills, requiring to master the controls and face tough teammates, in which it's very simple. Hints will pop up as you play, so you do not have to ask anyone else. It's cool if you lived back in the 90s, when you got to play the arcade cabinet and bought either the SNES or Genesis at the same time, despite I was actually born in 2005. In continuation, both arcades and Super Nintendo has its difference too, such as the music in the beginning intro. The music on that intro always give me some Space Jam vibes, if you know what I mean. As it goes for all the soundtracks, they are all hard as rock. Character models look elegant, as if it was a real person and still has that uniqueness from the arcade. The gameplay overall is addictive as hell, and definitely satisfies my eye view and pleasant sight. Presentation holds incredibly well as Midway's game takes the crown for having the basketball experience better than EA's attempt. Whether or not you're a basketball fan or not, I swear 100% of y'all will not regret the thrill and adrenaline rush you will face. If there's a better NBA Jam, it really doesn't matter as they're all the same thing. However, the classic arcade is 100 times better for basically everything. But playing the SNES and Genesis is no different. If any of you lovely people hasn't had the chance of playing Jam, please do give this a shot. I rate the NBA Jam a responsive score of 10 out of 10 for its classic arcade, and 9 out of 10 for both SNES and Genesis.